Good morning everybody, I hope you are well. Happy Halloween, hence the orange wobble gob. Oh, and my pumpkin that my friend Liz brought me round on Friday. Look at that, it's just so cute. Little pumpkin. Gotta have him sat on the desk, got my tags. Can't believe it's been a month since I last wobbled. Got up this morning, clocks have gone back an hour, so I thought, oh, what can I do with my extra hour today? A wobble gob. I've got a lot stored up as well. Last month was absolutely crackers. Hope everybody's well wherever you are. It's absolutely chucking it down here today in Brighouse. It's a very, very grey day. It's one of those days where you're not sure what to do. So I thought, right, I'll come and chat to you guys for a little bit, see how you're all doing. So got my cuppa, just had my breakfast. Yes, so last month, crikey Riley, absolutely crackers was last month. I think I was working every weekend. We've been on half term this week, so it's been really, really nice. Had a few days away on the East Yorkshire coast. We did, where did we go? Filey, on Filey Brig, which is a piece of land that juts out, and when the tide's down you can go and walk out on it, which is really, really nice. Took loads of photographs of rock pools, got loads of inspiration for loads of new work and colour schemes and things like that going on. We stayed in Bridlington. It's years since I've been there, it was nice. The place that we stayed was lovely, a little flat. It was just me, Mr. B and the little Brooke. Neve was with us. Big Brooke was still at uni, so she didn't come with us this time, so we got to spend a lot of time with the Lily, which was lovely. We did, where did we go next? Flamborough. Went round Flamborough. Flamboroug's like a proper seaside. It's basically the sea and a beach and a really nice walk, and obviously coffee and cake. You've got to have coffee and cake. That's very, very important in life when you go for walks. And then we did Scarborough. I have to say, a bit disappointing food wise, unless you particularly want fish and chips. So we ended up coming home and we had a curry. But no, we had a really nice time. Very lucky with the weather. It was lovely. A bit cold, a bit windy, but really blew the cobwebs away. So I thought I'd come and give you a bit of an update with what I've been doing. So on my desk, first guest artist that we had in October, yes, we're still in October, was Julie Hicks, and we did 2 days with Julie. So day one was macrame. I've never done, well, I don't remember doing macrame. I remember my mum did macrame because we had a conservatory that went across the back of our house, and my mum had loads of hanging plants and stuff like that, so I know we had lots and lots of plant holders. And little Brooke, she has got some that she did herself. I set her a challenge, I think, last summer, because she has loads of plants in her bedroom, so we had a go at different things. So we did, this was my sampler, so we did a square knot. This one here is a long square with picots. This one is, I think it's a twisted, spiral knot, which is a bit like a square knot, but rather than doing it from one side to the other, you just do it on one side and it creates that spiral. We did a berry knot, and that was cute, really liked doing that one. A half hitch leaf, so these are meant to look like leaves. And then this one, which messed with my head, was a half hitch knot. Now I say messed with my head, I was there, I did the workshop, so when I have guest tutors, sometimes I do the workshops and sometimes I don't. I fancied having a go at these ones because I've not done these before. My friend Nat came with her friend Katie. Now Katie could do this, myself and Nat couldn't, to start off with. The last time I remember being like this and getting really frustrated on a workshop was when I was being taught how to crochet. I can't crochet at all. I keep trying, keep having a go, but it's just not working. So when we started doing this one, it was really messing with my head, and we've got some quite classic photographs of mine and Natalie's faces. But we mastered it, we persevered, we kept going. I think the thing was within my head was you started doing one knot and I got myself going, and then to go the other way you had to reverse it, and I just couldn't do it. But once I got my head around one knot, then when we changed to another knot, which was a different sequence, oh my goodness me. But we persevered, so we had a go at doing these, and then so that was the morning up to lunchtime, which possibly doesn't seem like, well, it's a lot. But then we did our hanging, I'm not going to be able to fit all this in, I don't think. I have to move my coffee. Pop that over there. So this one, yeah, this top bit here was quite a few goes. Got going with this, fine. Then that one was the knot where you transferred it across and then you stopped stitching, and then we had to do this bit, which I was fine going that way, and then it messed with my head going that way. I think I redid that about 6 times, and then we went back into just the different knots that we'd done that morning. Kept this central piece separate, so this is a bit more decorative, and then a piece there at the bottom, and then I just played around with whatever I'd got left. With different types of knots and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. Hadn't appreciated actually how hard macrame is on your back and your arms. Julie did warn us that when we got up the next day we might not be able to move. Luckily I was okay, but just standing all day doing a workshop, it was amazing and I absolutely loved it. I'm really glad that I've done it. She's coming back next year actually, and we're going to be looking at needle punch and macra weave, which is macrame and weaving. On the second day we did weaving. This was definitely more my bag, definitely. I absolutely loved doing this. So we started with the tassels at the bottom. So Julie had made us a loom each, and we were given kits with colours in. So we didn't have to worry about colours. You just opened your bag and you'd got your colours in, which was really good, because sometimes when you're on a workshop that bit can really just mess with your head, is just choosing colours. And then she taught us how to do lots of different weaving techniques. So we've got basic weaving. There are technical names, I don't know them. We've done the knots at the bottom, then we've done loopy knots. I have got all this written down, but we just did loads of different things. Then you'll notice I've got a few of my yummies from my yummy tag. There we go, the yummy tag. So with the wools that I got at Yarndale, so I thought, oh, I can throw some of those in. So that was really cute. Loved being able to use some of those in the piece. And then we got a dowel, and then this is going to go, I'm just going to hang it up. I'm actually making work at the moment that's going in my house, which is quite nice, because you would imagine that when you make lots of work you'd have lots in your house. I don't tend to have lots of my own work in my house, so it's going to be really nice to actually put bits up. And this really inspired me. Oh, there's a black bit on there. If you've had a look on my Instagram or my Facebook, you'll know that I've got totally inspired by this. And I've got a wall in our kitchen, the end of our kitchen. We have a long kitchen, and we have a chair at this end. So me just waving my arms around, imagining that you know what my kitchen looks like. So it goes kitchen, dining room table, and then we have a settee at this end and the blank wall at the end. I'd asked Big Brooke, who is on an illustration degree, to do me some artwork. Bought us some picture frames and everything. That was at the start of the pandemic. She's had a lot of time to do it. Has she done it? No. So I have decided that I'm going to do a wall hanging. So I think I got Mr. B to make me a frame. I think it's 1.40 meters. I know it's nearly the width of our chimney breast that's in the living room. 1.40 meters by about, I think it's 80 deep, and I've got a pole. Well, the thing that's quite funny about that was I went and bought the pole, and then we were stood in the kitchen, and Robert had asked me, how big do you want your frame? So I'd measured it up and everything. He made me the frame, and I've made a start in it. Totally forgot to measure the length of the pole, so don't actually know if the pole's long enough, but I'll worry about that later. Yes, I'm doing a massive weaving, which is my, well, it's meant to be my winter project. I think I'm about halfway up it, because I keep doing a bit each evening. It's so therapeutic. The only disadvantage is I'm sitting on the floor doing it, and I think I'm now getting to that sort of age that when you sit on the floor cross-legged or knelt, you just can't function afterwards for about half an hour, because there's no blood in your legs, and I have to sit on the floor and wiggle my toes, and my leg usually feels a little bit alien, a little bit like if I get up I'm just going to fall over and collapse on the floor. It's one of the things that I've really discovered recently. I've got a big birthday next year. My birthday is actually in a couple of weeks. There's going to be a tag about that. I'll not mention anything, but yeah, that's coming up. And I think my brain's still about late 20s, early 30s, and it just thinks I can still function. But my body is just like, no, I'm sorry. I'm just not going with your brain at all. So that has been a little bit of an eye-opener. So yes, I've enjoyed not having functioning legs, when I've been getting up. I tried putting it on a chair. So I've got 2 chairs in the dining room, stood the frame on the chairs. But then Duncan the cat decided it was a cat toy, and because there were all this fringing here at the bottom was all dangling down, it was just a good thing to play with, so I couldn't do that either. So yeah, I'm just going to have to not have working legs. Either that or I need to get a miniature stool or something to sit on. Yeah, but anyway, that's fine. I digress. Yes, so that was the weaving. That was amazing. Absolutely loved that. So Julie's coming back next year to the shed, which is very, very, very exciting. Then I was in Garstang over with Linda at Creative Threads for 2 days. Went back to doing stitch collage. Not doing stitch collage in ages. Realised I hadn't used my sewing machine in ages. And we also did dyeing of threads and miniature brooches, which were really, really cute. And then came back and another workshop with Kathy, who is Dear Emma. She came and did lampshades a few years ago, and this has been a workshop that's been reorganised so many times. So we were making a project bag, got bubble wrap in the middle of it, so this is our project bag that we did. So I've based mine on everywhere that I used to live. So it starts off with 21 Cone Lane. This is my mum's house. This is where I grew up. And then number 14 Burley Square. This was my very first house that I bought when I first started teaching. Number 48 Martingale Drive. This was one where myself and Robert, when we got married, this was our first house. And then we moved to number 4 Puffing Close. And then we moved to the house that we're in now. That has the shed on the side of it. So this is shed 76.5. So this was all applique work, 2 whole days, absolutely bonkers, but absolutely fantastic. The bags that everybody made with all the different designs were absolutely stunning. So I've got even little things, I don't know whether or not you can see on this one. So here I had to put something for each of the family. So I've got Robert's bike that's there. I have got Duncan the cat is sat in the window. This is my art room, so this is actually where I'm sat now. There's a teddy bear in Harriet, Big H's bedroom, and then there's the plants in Little N's bedroom. And then in my shed there's the plant that I got for Mother's Day outside, and then I stitched in the table and a vase with some plants in. And then there's a stack of shelves there that you can see just as you go inside. So I absolutely loved that. It was just such fun. Kathy's coming back again next year, and we're going to be doing toadstools and lampshades, which are very, very exciting. So that'll all be popping on my website shortly. Yeah, but absolutely amazing. And Dear Emma has loads of stuff on her website. She's got some beautiful lanterns. I forgot to bring my lantern upstairs. I bought one of her lanterns. Just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. We had the most amazing weekend. It was really, really good. So that was that. Then on Friday I had a shed day. So every so often I have shed days where our little sociopath society comes round. I can't really show this very, very well, but this was the eco dyeing that I did with Fiona Balding, and we dyed all the pieces to make an apron. So on, oh god, I've still got threads in there. On Friday we decided we were going to make aprons. Now, I am not a dressmaker and I am not the most technical when it comes to organisation and stuff like that, and we'd all decided that we were going to do it together so we could do it all at the same time. In my head I thought, we'll get that done maybe by lunchtime, make a start, go out in my shed early, make a start, get it by lunchtime, and I'll get loads of other things done. No, that didn't happen. It took all day. The pattern wasn't the easiest to follow, but it crosses over, but the straps cross over at the back. Put that round. I quite like the back actually. The oak leaves that I printed on the back are absolutely stunning. They've got loads of little patterns on them. I really like the back, and these are the onion skins. I should, because I rushed to get them all in so I could get them in all wrapped up, ready to go. I didn't take a picture, so I can't remember what all the leaves are that I used, which is a bit silly really. I should have planned it a little bit better, but Fiona's coming again next year, so I'll be able to do it a little bit better. But these are the pockets, the massive pockets that go down in here. So that was absolutely good. So I'm really glad that I did it. It has still sort of cemented in my head though that I'm not a dressmaker at all. I did a little bit when I was younger with my mum. We used to use Prima magazines and the free patterns that came there, so I have made bits and pieces and I can alter little bits and pieces, but I'm not really a follower of the rules, really. I don't think. I think I like to learn things and then just make it my own. So that's my pinny, my apron that I made. So that's that. I've got a list of things because I can't remember everything that's going on. And then something new is a collaboration with Mr. Brook, Mr. B. He has his own little business called Applique Designs, and I'm doing a collaboration with him where he is making the outsides of some pincushions. So these keep appearing on my shop as we get them done. It's usually like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. So then he makes the boxes, so they're done out of plywood. So he plays around with the design. So some of them have these sorts of edges on, others have curved edges. They're all rectangular, and then they're needle felted, and they come with pins. And then we've been playing around with a few different ideas for little sections, little compartments. There's a little box there on that one. Just playing around. They're all unique. There's never two the same. It's just whatever colour walls I've got. And then we're playing around with this idea of having like little bits for little pairs of scissors to go in. And I've just suggested actually doing one possibly that you could have your scissors in, and then there'd be another section on the end that you could have a little oat jar. So there's all sorts going on. So this has been quite exciting, creating these. So these ones, once I've got them all finished, will end up going on my website. So it's called Applique Design because obviously it's plywood. So they're all laminated. So he spends evenings gluing and laminating woods together, and then just playing around. I just love the patterns. They're absolutely gorgeous. So when I do the pins, they come with 3 pins and 3 entomology pins, which are the really fine ones that they use like for butterflies and stuff. They're just really pretty. And I'm going to be offering them with or without scissors, and then hopefully we might get some with little oat jars on them as well. So that's been all exciting. Sat needle felting on an evening. It's like a little cottage industry. Lots of things going on. And then obviously there is our tag challenge that we're still on with. I'm going to hide those two. They're the next 2 weeks. I can't believe, what week are we on now? 44. Yeah, I can't quite believe it. Number one, I'm quite impressed that I've kept it going. I think the only reason that it's kept on going is you guys just joining in and just giving me something to do. I'm going to be doing a couple more today, I think, just to get a bit ahead of the game, because I'm getting a little bit excited about next year's challenge. So there is going to be another challenge next year. I'm going to do a video about that next month. It's going to be run slightly differently to this year's. Some things will be the same, but it's just how you actually join the challenge is going to be a little bit different. But obviously anybody that's doing these tags or did the 2 books or the hanging, that's still all on YouTube. Feel free to jump in and join in and have another go at them. It's been nice to see a few people I know have sent me messages saying, oh, I've made 2 or 3 different books, or I've made hangings for friends and people, and just lots and lots of different things. So that's me wobbling on. It's Halloween. I think the one thing I miss more than anything about Halloween is the fact that I used to love dressing the kids up. It keeps coming up on my Facebook for all the different costumes I've done over the years, and there's been some classic ones where I've painted the kids like blue and green and not realised that you weren't meant to leave the face paint on, and they went to school the next day funny shade of green or blue. Anyway, Neve, my youngest, she'll be getting dressed up and going off trick-or-treating and just having a lovely time. So whatever you're doing today, I hope it's not absolutely chucking it down. I hope you're safe and well. And that's my wobble for the end of October going into November. So I will speak to you again soon. Love and hugs and happy stitching, everybody. Mwah.